Hello everyone, in this new video, I want to teach you a little about myths before buying an electric motorcycle and things to keep in mind. Hey, before anything, the video is not sponsored by anyone or anything like that. For the style, all I'm going to say is based on experiences and things that suddenly they can take it into account, or they can say to give another expectation. With nothing else to start, with nothing more to say, I begin. For a start, electric motorcycles They are motorcycles already made to ride anywhere. They already offer a much more moderate autonomy. They usually offer from 40 kilometers up to 200 kilometers, and well, they are already motorcycles. Let's say that now can carry 3 people without losing power or battery loss, because that's what they're made for, because they have a much bigger engine, much more powerful. And well, it's one of the things that the truth. Yes, I suggest you buy an electric motorcycle, but must see the other things. Second thing to take into account, this is the engine. The yaw is normally only on the rear tire. This is a motor which has no brushes. There are some that have, let's say, a strap, but then normally they always tend to be like this without brushes. The recommended power I recommend between the product specifications, the most recommended is that it be a minimum of 800 watts. And obviously, well, the 2 electric motorcycle usually gives a peak maximum up to double. That is, how is it 800 W? A normally is limited whatever. 1200 west. And thus it can offer them a much better power, better autonomy and everything. And third thing, keep in mind the batteries. Electric motorcycles usually give two types of batteries. There are those of lead acid that are batteries, let's say they are good and bad at the same time. And there are the lithium ones. They are very good, but they are much more expensive. I'm going to start seeing a little bit of lead acid. Those of lead usually give a useful life of from 1 year to 3 years, depending on the use they give it. For example, if you are one of those people who do not usually give hard accelerator and all that, they can extend its useful life by 2 to 3 years on batteries, usually electric motorcycles. In the case of acid lead, they usually have batteries up to 6 batteries. In this case, this motorcycle has 4 lead acid batteries. Now, recommended voltage can be anyone, but the most recommended is that it be 12 volts at 2AY. These batteries are expensive, depending on battery amperage. That is to say, if you buy a motorcycle that has let's say 72 volts to 7 to V32A. That is, each battery is going to be quite expensive and, well, of something. And if we make the idea that there are 6 batteries, let's say that one of those 3TA batteries can cost, I don't know, 300,000 or 400,000 Colombian pesos country, $100 each. Then practically, and if for some reason that motorcycle was worth, I don't know, $1,000, then if there are 6 batteries, then they are almost $600, or almost around 1,600,000 Colombian pesos. Then it does not hold the investment. But since in this case it has batteries, those batteries usually pay more or less between 100 half of what it is worth. That is, it is worth approximately $50. And how are you? They are for. Do the math and it comes out much cheaper. And so you can realize a good investment. Now we go with the lithium batteries. Our batteries, they usually give a useful life between 5 to 10 years. They are very good batteries, much smaller, much more compact, much more powerful. But its price is what? Usually varies by vehicle. For example, this same amperage can cost practically if I told him it was worth $50 each, that is, they have 4 batteries a day for $200. These, the lithium ones, they usually cost around $400 or so. Or over there $1 million. Sorry, you can go out there 1,000 or 1,400 approximately, obviously, since what you are paying in various promo batteries. Around the time, with that you are only making 2 or 3 payments, advance and much, and then from then on they don't fuck with him anymore. In the sense of lithium batteries are very ecological. At the time of discarding it is not a problem. Why lead acid? How does it have such a powerful acid? So corrosive and so dangerous. It is harmful to the environment. Well, not much to say about the batteries. Both are very powerful, but I suggest you go for a lithium one, or a lead acid that has more or less about OA. Depends on how many batteries you have. On the electric bike now, you have to take something else into account. He is not that big, but rather in comfort. I recommend, when they are going to buy an electric motorcycle, no matter what brand you want, the most important thing is that you feel comfortable at the time of mounting. What is the cost of buying an electric motorcycle if you are going to feel quite uncomfortable? You don't like suddenly the accelerator. He suddenly doesn't like the brakes, or things like that. Or you suddenly don't like the cushioning. They are silly. Let's go things as they are silly, but I recommend you try an electric motorcycle. Now another thing to take into account Another thing to keep in mind is that I do not recommend that you wet them so much. Obviously, you can wash them, no problem, but hey, don't get it wet too much. Just wash the most essential part. How they can do that once in a while, if absolutely nothing happens. The other thing I do recommend is that you clean it by hand. And it's not a big deal. And the last one is to conclude in this video how measure electric motorcycle prices. With everything I told him, look how much they are worth. And if you can get a lithium one at a good price, either new or second hand, maybe it's one of the best purchases according to your tastes. And then there is nothing more to comment. If you liked it, I know that suddenly I'm sorry if suddenly floor there was a little more tangled. But it is that in itself. There are many things that I tried to explain as briefly as possible, so that you take them into account. Hey, if you liked the video, give me a like, subscribe, and see you next time.